So not long ago, this guy called Jake Jarvi, who's the creator of Platoon of Power Squadron, did this YouTube video called 5 Significant Films. It's where you list off 5 films that are specifically significant to you because of reasons. So I thought, I'll do it because I'm an aspiring filmmaker, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see kind of what films influenced me. Interesting for whom? So kicking off my list is X-Men 2, which has one of my favourite superhero scenes of all time, which is of course the scene with Nightcrawler in the White House. It is one of the greatest sequences I have ever seen, ever. It's just so cool, like the CGI, the editing, there's a shot I'm still trying to figure out how he did. I've been studying film for ages and I still haven't figured this out. It's where it's a panning shot, he keeps appearing and disappearing and appearing and disappearing and kicking so much ass. It's just such a cool scene. It kind of like every time I watch it, I just watch it like on the edge of my seat holding on to armrests if there are armrests. If there aren't armrests, I usually fall off. It's funny if you're not me. It's funny if you are me. If you watch it back, it's hilarious. Number 2 on my list is Hellboy, which was released in 2004, which I went to cinema to see, so I was 10. Hellboy introduced me to the works of Guillermo del Toro, which has helped kind of influence the way I like to make horror movies and the way I see horror movies, and when I write, the way I kind of like visualize things. Problem is, when you're on my budget, you can't build really cool animatronic monsters like Pan from Pan's Labyrinth, or the people from the Troll Market in Hellboy 2, or it's cruel when you're so under budget. It also introduced me to the Hellboy comic books and anything Mike Mignola, because he is by far my favourite comic book artist of all time, and I absolutely love his dark art style and the shadows just completely black, and it's kind of just I'd love to make my films look like his artwork looks. It's just so cool. It helped at the beginning of end of 2012, beginning of 2013, I think it was. I came up with a horror film called Rural, which always sounds funny when I say it, because whenever I hear myself say it, it just sounds like a noise. It sounds like I'm just going rah. It's a monster film. It's about a monster. I'm not going to give much away because I'm planning on shooting it towards the end of this year. Abe Sapien and the baby-eating monster from Pan's Labyrinth have kind of influenced the way I kind of want the monster to look. Kind of more, maybe not reptilian, but skinny and beautiful at the same time as being hideous. I mean, Abe Sapien is so awesome looking, but the baby-eating monster, well, is awesome, but he's a hideous thing. But he's so cool. Next on my list is Serenity, which is my favourite movie of all time to date since I was 14. I saw it in 2008. It's because I watched Firefly. I love Firefly, and just watching Serenity just kind of got me straight into this kind of science fiction world where I now love, if it's space age, I love it if it's clunky and kind of dishevelled and broken and ships are made of the parts you can find. I now love that. As much as I love Star Treks and Star Wars and Star Treks? As much as I love Star Trek and Star Wars, I prefer clunkier, broken space. I think it's a lot cooler. Plus, it introduced me to the works of Joss Whedon, and now I would never go anywhere without bringing a box set of Firefly with me. If I go anywhere, I've got my laptop and a box set of Firefly, and I will have that. Even if I don't watch it, I always bring it with me, because I love Firefly. And because it introduced me to Joss Whedon, it introduced me to Dollhouse, which helped inevitably shape the way I write now, and it kind of influenced me to make films and write, and just what I want to do now. My next one is the Evil Dead trilogy, although I can't go for all of them, so I'd probably have to go for... Yeah, I'd probably have to go for Army of Darkness, because it was the first one I saw. I watched them backwards. I watched it, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead. I know I'm weird, I don't know. Army of Darkness itself didn't really influence the way I make films, but it made me start loving completely Bruce Campbell, because he's just so cool. I bought his autobiography, If Chins Could Kill: Confessions of a B-Movie Actor, by Bruce Campbell, which has a really cool few pages about the production of the first Evil Dead, which kind of helped with the whole guerrilla filmmaking thing and helped me kind of see how films could be made. I've always found that one fascinating. They had 2 guys at the other end, outside the window, lifting her up while she was strapped to this harness. That must have been really, really, really bloody uncomfortable. It's a really good read as well, because it's all about like his career and stuff, and kind of what led him to acting and directing and what have you. So it's pretty cool. It's a good book. I'd recommend it. It's awesome. And the last one on my list is a film I saw last Sunday on the 13th of April. Back when I was a young 19-year-old. Those were the days. Now I'm an old 19-year-old. It hasn't even been a week yet. But the next film on my list, the last film on my list, is Monsters, which is directed by Gareth Edwards. It is an amazing film. It has some of the greatest cinematography I've ever seen. It's got fantastic special effects, it's got a great storyline, it's well written, a lot of it's improvised, it's really strange. It's kind of like a romance story. It's against the backdrop of, like, it's been 6 years since the aliens landed, and it's now just a part of life on this planet, so it's just kind of like one of those things of, meh, we're just passing through an infected zone, doesn't really matter. So it's kind of cool, it's really well written, and it's really well edited and scored and CGI'd. It's kind of influenced me to go and learn how to do CGI. The only program I've got, though, is Blender, which isn't bad, it's just not great. You can make some quite good stuff in it, it's just difficult. I get the feeling they're all difficult, it's just, I need to learn, but I'm lazy and I don't want to learn, I just want to be really good at it. I want to go to the dollhouse. If I went to the dollhouse, I'd have it imprinted in me that I could learn to use Blender and all special effects software, and then I'd be great. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how to end this one. It was just one of those things where it was a spur of the moment thing where I just kind of thought, yeah, I'll just do it, why not? It'll be fun. And you might be able to tell that most of this video is improvised by the way that it's probably cut together. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So I'll see you all later. Bye.